Goldman Sachs has crowned in a note to clients what it believes will be the top cryptocurrency, and they say it's Ethereum and the Ethereum blockchain, saying that it has the highest real use potential and that its native currency, Ether, could overtake Bitcoin as the top most widely held cryptocurrency. Now, until that happens, others are going the check all the boxes route. Just yesterday on the show, BlockFi CEO Zach Prince, remember, he showed off his brand new BlockFi Crypto Rewards credit card, built in partnership with, yes, you see the logo there, Visa. This segment became wildly popular with viewers who, up until they saw the Visa logo, may have been a little hesitant to consider Bitcoin. So we said, you know what? Let's bring in a voice from Visa. Visa's Chief Financial Officer, Vasant Prabhu, is joining us now. Vasant, thank you for being here. You know, Visa just announcing partnerships with, 50 crypto-related companies, allowing customers to spend digital currencies on everyday purchases. Give me a sense of the interest so far and what you have been seeing from customers.
Liz, thanks for having me. Yes, as you said, what we like to do is to move money and help people do what they want to do with money. And in that context, cryptocurrencies are like other currencies from our standpoint, and we want to make them useful. So we have signed up with 50 platforms. BlockFi is one of them, for example, and they issue our credentials, and you can use them at 70 million merchants around the world to buy things, goods and services, much as you would any other currency. And we do everything for you. So the merchant doesn't have to do anything. They get their payments in dollars or pounds or euros or whatever currency they want, and we do the rest. And in the meantime, what you are doing is using any cryptocurrency balance you have with the issuer of the card, and you're using your cryptocurrencies to buy things. We've seen $1 billion worth of volume so far. It was almost nothing a year ago, and it's growing very fast.
Can I clarify that? Did you say $1 billion or $1 million?
$1 billion in volume. Now, in the broader context of Visa, wow, it's not a lot, but it started from nothing, and it's growing very fast. And what it has really demonstrated is that cryptocurrencies can be used to buy goods and services,
yeah,
and they can be used at a lot of merchants around the world. And we can do that for you without you having to do anything or the merchant having to do anything.
I have to believe, Vasant, that when people saw the Visa logo right there on the card, people who had initially wanted to dip their toe or maybe even a tiny pinky fingernail into the crypto waters to see what it was like had been nervous. But now that you guys offer this rewards card or the transactional cards that involve cryptocurrencies, they may have felt better. And I'm wondering if that's why Ether and Litecoin and Bitcoin are all trading higher today. What was at the heart of why Visa wanted to get into this end of the business?
Well, I mean, whether they're trading higher or not could be a whole range of factors. From our standpoint, we view our role, and it has been that for 60 years, is to digitize cash, to help people use digital forms of payment. We do that with 160 currencies around the world today. For us, cryptocurrencies are other forms of currency, and to the extent that people want to use them to pay each other, to pay merchants, to pay businesses, etc., then we want to facilitate that. And we will only do that, in compliance with all the rules and regulations. We only work with the entities that are, complying with all the laws and are regulated. Yes, you're right. When Visa does something, given the brand we've built over the years, our commitment to security, to reliability and trust, hopefully that helps people feel better that it's going to be secure, it's going to be safe, and it's going to be complying with all the laws. And what it does is help them use their cryptocurrency balances.
Vasant, Visa doesn't do anything that doesn't at least make sense for the business. What kind of transactional fees do you get each time somebody uses this card?
Well, it's no different than what we would with any currency that we transact in. We do transact in lots of different currencies, and we would do the same with cryptocurrencies. We view ourselves as a network of networks. And so we will connect to whatever blockchains we need to, much as we do today with other ACH or RTP networks. And if it runs on our rails, you just pay the normal fees that you would. And most of those fees, of course, are paid by our issuing partners and our acquiring partners, not really by the consumer.
Okay. Vasant Prabhu, CFO of Visa. So thrilled to have you on the show because, when Visa puts its stamp on it, that's very much a sign of future things to come. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Liz.